A recent survey found that nearly 3/4 of Pennsylvanians support a regulated legal cannabis industry in the Commonwealth. However, there are questions on if it would benefit all people equally. We take a look at how financial and societal equity could be addressed in legalization efforts.
Crime data in Pennsylvania show black residents are roughly 4 times as likely to be arrested for simple possession than their white peers, while national reports show that the vast majority of legal dispensaries are owned by white people. State Senator Sharif Street, who has sponsored multiple legalization bills, wants to make sure that any law in Pennsylvania includes restorative justice programs that help address those numbers. He says access to financial resources is one of the biggest hurdles facing new cannabis businesses, especially those owned by people of color.
Because of the federal restrictions on cannabis, it is difficult, if not impossible, to access traditional means of financing. And as a consequence, it's really hard to have a sufficient operating capital. It's really hard to get the money it's needed to even open up the business in the first place.
Street adds a potential rescheduling of the drug at the federal level could help remove some of those hurdles, but there are still concerns that larger multi-state corporations will end up dominating the market, particularly those that already exist in the state's medical cannabis industry. At least one executive at one of those businesses says a growth of smaller dispensaries will be a boon for everyone involved.
We found smaller operators popping up in multiple states: Ohio, Maryland, Connecticut, Arizona, any of these states that we operate in. And I think what they do is they bring a great, robust marketplace to the consumer.
A recent report by Pennsylvania's Independent Financial Office estimates the Commonwealth will see nearly $500 million in tax revenue in the first 4 years after legalization. Street wants some of that money to go right back into restorative justice programs, while Rasier sees a broader community impact.
We would create social equity licenses as well, and we would also have social equity fund. And so those are some of the that would be directed towards communities that have been disproportionately impacted.
The huge improvements that happen from an infrastructure and education, just general community benefits, are what lead to longer-term net improvements.
And Street is also pushing for any legalization bill to include expungements for Pennsylvanians who have a cannabis-related conviction on their record.